Word. Okay. I think, okay, so I have an app. I have an app on my phone that allows me to restart my router, or rather reboot my router. And I know it probably wasn't like the. I know it probably wasn't the best way to go about it. I, I I think every morning before I start the stream, I have to physically reboot my modem and router, like unplugging and waiting and then plugging them back in, just to make it through the stream. Because there's like an app on my phone that allows me to do it remotely, but I don't think it's as good. I don't think it actually does the juice because that happened. It's actually really interesting to me that I'm able to make it through production streams, which are incredibly long. Anywho, yeah, thank you, everyone, for actually making the trip back out, for coming back out. Who else do I need to check on? Chibi Lucy, how was your weekend? Was it good? Deca Lucy. My brain is like having like a weird dissonance with Chibi Lucy and Deca Lucy, and they're two different people in my head. But I'm trying to remind myself that you're the same person. Decent weekend, says Chibi Lucy. Got my bird weighed to make sure they didn't lose any weight in the first week home with me. Well, I guess that would be pretty important. A cockatiel. I'm gonna have to remember. I'm gonna have to remember to keep changing the redeemables, or rewards rather, for Omni tokens between Monday through Thursday and Friday streams. But I think I've done an okay job for the first week. Let me know if you ever see things missing that shouldn't be, or are there that shouldn't be. Anything out of order, let me know. Explosion, how was your weekend? Gears, baby. I'm glad to hear that, Explosion. I'm sorry to hear about the feeling icky, like health-wise. I'm hydrating. Hmm. I miss Kool-Aid. Thank you, Brian. I drink tons of FL. I drink tons of FL. Like fluids? But I think it's a normal amount for this dry air. Fruit liquid? I drink tons in Florida. Sorry, I read the N as of. And I wanted to say Fruity Loops. But you can't drink Fruity Loops. You also can't drink Florida, but you drink a ton in Florida. But I think it's like the normal amount for this dry air. Word. Yeah. I've never really lived in a place that was particularly wet or moist or whatever. Yeah, I typically live in dry climates, so I try to hydrate as much as I can. Except for the whole, like, surge thing. I can't tell if Sky was serious in the Discord when she wanted me to bring her 3 surges, but I'm having, like, a really weird crisis where I should share the surge. I should share the surge. And I know it's bad for me. But there's a very real part of me that says it's mine. It's for me. And I should shoulder this pain. Oh, did somebody redeem Agnes? My bad. If somebody did it earlier, I didn't see it. Agnes is okay. Agnes is actually significantly bigger now. I don't know. You guys probably can't tell. I have to look at this thing every day. So it's very apparent to me when she's taller. And I remember she used to just barely be able to peek above what is Booba's old pot. Isn't it wild? Isn't it wild that this guy used to be in this? Remember when Booba was in this tiny thing? And it was like almost too big for him? What a world. Oh, word up, Chibi Lucy. It seems to be a group effort. I never see one person redeem all of them. Okay, so the leaf on Fear that came in all like broken and weird has another leaf growing out of it. So I'm gonna get like... Basically what happened is the place that he was kept in, somebody clipped him, like pruned him, clipped him in a weird way. So when the new leaf came in, it came in like pre-clipped, like a broken wing. But that one is sprouting its own leaf that's going to look exquisite, I'm sure. I'm moving Booba a little bit out of the way of Zia. Like right there. I like Zia a lot. Zia smells weird though. Zia smells weird. She did get the hand-me-down. And when I went to the nursery, the girl there, she says, "Hey, little ugly dude, this is how it happens. It's a never-ending thing. You have to say when it stops." And I didn't understand what she meant. But when I went to go get I went there to go get Zia. And I put Zia in Booba's pot. And then Zia needed to be mounted on a wall. So I took Zia out of Booba's wall. I took Zia out of Booba's pot and put Zia on the Zia plaque. And then I was like, well, now no one's in Booba's old home. So then I got Firo and put Firo in Booba's old home. And then Firo got kind of big, and I also wanted Firo to be... Anyways, point is, every single time a plant outgrows the pot, in my brain, I'm like, well, now that's a waste of a pot, so I need to put something in it. I need to just use it as like a cereal bowl or something, or else I'm going to be ran rotten with plants. Booba is huge, says Dar. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what its deal is, but it is growing. Just put pencils in it, says Dar. Pencils? What do you think, I'm 14? I don't own pencils. Honestly, even when I was 14, I didn't own pencils. I haven't owned pencils in a very long time. I actually used to get in trouble in high school because I refused to write in pencil. I liked writing in pen. Pencil felt gross. I didn't like the tactile feel of lead scraping paper. I like the like smooth, silky, like ballpoint pen feel. I hated lead on paper. I hate pencils. I hate mechanical pencils. All of it. All of it's trash. You're one of those, Sister. I'm definitely one of those. I am those. But, yeah, no pencils. No pencils here. I had a pen that had liquid pencil juice in it that you could erase. Oh, I remember those. I remember erasable pens. I don't know exactly how those worked, though. Even though I owned several of them. The science behind it was really confusing to me. For anybody that is in the stream right now during the check-in portion, thank you for being patient with me and for having the not only the time to give to come the initial time, but also the time to give to come back after our brief internet outage there. So I appreciate that. However, this might not make sense to you, so I'll do my best to explain it. I was talking in the Discord, so if you weren't in the Discord, this won't make sense. I was talking in the Discord about the smell of barbershops, and my shirt, the shirt I'm wearing under this one, smells like barbershop. It's got that barbershop smell to it. And I didn't know what the source of that smell was. I actually used to think that smell was like the smell of cut hair. You know how cut grass smells a certain way? I just assumed that cut hair in large amounts smelled like a barbershop. But then Cyber told me that it was the blue juice, and even linked to an image of the blue juice. And I can't find any of it to buy for me, this blue juice. But I'm confused on... the blue must be added, the color. Because I can't imagine it's anything other than, like, rubbing alcohol, right? No, because it doesn't smell like rubbing alcohol, now that I think about it. Yeah, because, yeah. So it's not rubbing alcohol. There's something very peculiar specifically about the blue juice. The juice they clean the combs with, says Angs? Yes, the juice they clean the combs with. Yeah. Your shirt looks like it would smell like a barbershop, says Dar. I take that as a compliment. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Mouthwash-esque kind of thing, but for barbers. Yeah, that's the stuff, Lucy. It's a hospital-grade disinfectant. How are all these barbers getting it? Oh, here comes the wind. You see that? Baby's dancing. It's an antiseptic, but also kills other stuff. Oh. Oh, like fire? It kills germs and then also other organisms. They have a cosmetology licenses. That's why they have access to this this blue juice. I see. Can you imagine your mouth smelling like a barbershop? I can imagine a mouth smelling like a barbershop. Not mine in particular. But, yes. I'm going to try to make udon soup. Good luck, Lucy. Udon is particular treasured meal of mine. I like... If they could make noodles thicker than udon, I would love those too. In fact, they probably do. They probably do. I don't see why they wouldn't. Anyways, y'all ever get lice, says Liana? I have never had lice. I do admittedly have a dandruff problem. Is it a problem? Do I have to say problem? Can I just say I have dandruff? I'm one of those. I'm one of those that has to like actually take care of their scalp with some level of intention, or else I will get all flaky and gross. I have that, but I've never had lice. I feel like the type of hair I have, and also the type of products I was putting in my hair as a kid, I was told, I'm not an expert, I was told by other people that it makes it difficult for lice to like create colonies in my hair. So, I've never had a lice problem. In fact, I remember I don't want to get into like a race thing, but I do remember like transferring schools and going to a white school, and when they were like checking for lice, they were like doing the thing where it's like a woman in like rubber gloves, and all the kids are coming up and they have like the fine tooth comb and they're digging through the hair and they're like, "You're good, he's clear, he's clear." And I would walk up and they would just kind of like they would just kind of like look at like my nappy hair and go like, and then like, I don't know, part like 3 different areas, and they're like, "Seems fine to me." Like, the comb never touched my hair. I think they knew better. I think they were like, "There's no way that this stuff is gonna go through this freaking nappy bush of a head." But I'm pretty sure he doesn't have lice. Let him through. Let him get his lunch. So yeah, I've never had lice, but maybe I have it right now. I don't know. I haven't been checked for lice since school. Do people get even checked for lice outside of elementary school? Like, if you're an adult, how do you know that you have lice? Explosion says that lice like straight and easy to navigate hair. That's fair. Anyways, like chickenpox. I know chickenpox isn't a white people thing, but it totally is. I had chickenpox. I did have chickenpox, and I distinctly remember it. And I also remember some photos being taken. I remember wearing a big shirt. Very big shirt. I do remember chickenpox though. I didn't hate chickenpox to my memory as much as, like, when people talk about it, they make it sound like so miserable. Oh, it's itchy, itchy, itchy. But it doesn't last super long. And I get hives. I get stress hives. So like the idea of like being covered in like itchy bumps isn't, I don't know, isn't like super severe to me. It's not that bad. Dar never had chickenpox though. There should be a few beauty supply stores in LA that sell it. There is a beauty supply store in LA right next door to Little Caesars, Brief Moreland. I went in there on in 2015, I believe it was, because I was in there to buy an Afro pick, and I wanted to buy I can't think of the name of the brand, but it's a very specific type of conditioner, and I can see the bottle in front of me. Dang it. It's like a jar. Sorry, not a bottle. It's like a leave-in conditioner. Anyways, I went in there to get it, and I got it, and I got up to the front counter, and then they asked for my license because they were a beauty supply store, and I thought it was like an average Sally's. And yeah, I didn't get anything that day, but there's one that I know of there. I don't remember getting chickenpox, says Cyber, but kids from our age group probably had it. It was more common back then. Did we get? Oh my god, I didn't think about that. Cyber, is it over? Do people not get chickenpox anymore? That's actually a really good point. I remember being in school and like people would talk about chickenpox, and it's like, oh, he's gone. He had to go home. He had chickenpox. Like it was a thing, like kindergarten, first grade, and stuff like that. But I don't hear about it anymore. Vaccinations and stuff has reduced it. Wow, that's actually really cool. I can't wait to be an old man one day and like tell kids about chickenpox. And they'll think I'm making it up, and they're like, "Oh, is it some disease you got from chickens?" And I'll say, "No, not at all." Well, hold on. Do we get it from chickens? I actually don't know where it comes from. I was around chickens. No, that can't be right, because not everybody's around chickens, and everybody was getting it. That's how they got rid of polio, says Cyber. Word. Vaccinations, baby. That's the way of the future. Fewer than 200,000 cases a year, says Brian, about chickenpox. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like this. This made me feel good. We're always healing, guys. It's beautiful. Now, granted, a lot of LA right now, from my view, looks pretty like cloudy and everything. Morning. A lot of my view of LA right now looks very cloudy and gloomy, but I seem to be just located under like the nice break in the clouds, so I'm getting a lot of beautiful sunlight. Feels good. Word up, Cyber. Thank you for letting me know. As soon as we can get rid of as soon as we can get rid of COVID, that'll be a good thing. Who else do I need to check in with? Brian, how's it going? Brian, you live in Arizona, yes? If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But you live in Arizona. You live in Arizona. Where's about in Arizona? Like Phoenix, Tempe, Chandler, Gilbert, Goodyear, Scottsdale? What are we talking about? Where are you? Oh, Deer Valley. Have you ever been to Carefree? Have you ever been to Carefree, Arizona? When I was in Arizona, I used to be in a band called Peach Cake, and the singer lived in Carefree in this really big house, and he was neighbors with Stephanie Myers, the woman that wrote the Twilight books. And I remember having to drive up there this will be like slightly alienating for people that don't live in Arizona, but at the time I lived in East Mesa. So East Mesa, close to like Gilbert. So it was like a trek to getting up there every day. It's a very, very long drive. And I remember driving all the way up there and thinking to myself, one day when I have a decent amount of money and I no longer care about being close to or connected to people, I think I'm just going to move to Carefree. Peach Cake says, Brian, was that the band with the dude who really liked James Murphy? That was the band with the dude who really liked James Murphy. I was in that band. I played synthesizer in that band. And bass guitar, actually. Depending on the song. Yeah, I didn't know who James Murphy was until I joined that band. I didn't know who LCD Sound System was. I didn't know who Arcade Fire was. I didn't know who... Oh, I can't think of the name of that other band, but he introduced me to a lot of stuff when I joined that band. Who else do I need to check on? I checked on Chibi Lucy. I checked on Explosion. I checked on Cyber. I checked on Brian. Hot Chip. How did you know I was talking about Hot Chip? How did you know that was the band I was thinking of? That's weird. That's really weird. I didn't even say anything. It just said that. Yo, that's actually kind of alarming. That's weird. Anyways, yeah, Hot Chip. I didn't know who Hot Chip was until I joined that band either. And he got me into Hot Chip. Checking on. Who has not been checked on? Who has not received their check-in yet? If not, if you hold your peace, I will move to the news. If not, I would love to know how your weekend was. The morning check-in is always a lot easier because I can just ask about people's weekends, and usually people have something nice to say. Or at least something new to say, even if it isn't particularly nice. Like, I had a horrible weekend. It was awful. I'm glad it's over. I live for Mondays. Tuesdays are the best. Tuesdays are really nice, though. Just be reaving is sick, actually. Ooh, don't give me ideas, Cypher. Just bereaving? Bereavement. I don't know that I've ever said bereave in in context, like in a conversation. I'm very aware of what that word means, and I've heard it a lot, but I've never actually used it. Okay, what do we got? Liana asks how I am, which is not part of the check-in, but how am I? This weekend was not great. I feel busy and a little stressed, but honestly, I think right now having an Oswald coffee mug filled with nondescript liquid that I'm drinking and surrounded by my children and this beautiful view I have and like this nice, it's like 67, 69 degrees, just getting a nice breeze. It's actually very nice. I feel very comfortable. And no one made me wear a bow tie today, so I'm not like choking. I'm joking. I just tied it wrong. I tied it a little too tight last time. Oh right after I said that. Hi, Doppel2. I didn't know you were in here. How was your weekend, by the way? Cyber, I drank room temperature surge the other day, and it was like pretty cool. It was like it tasted like how a mechanic looks, like a mechanic after a hard day's work. Picking a bow tie at random. I'm mixing patterns a little bit here because I have stripes and this is checkered, but I'll make it do. No, there is not surge in the coffee mug. As much as I would have loved to make a game out of the suspense of whether or not I was drinking lukewarm surge out of the coffee mug this morning, no. I care a little bit more about my body than that. Just a little bit. Not very much, though. You guys were there on Friday. You saw. Dowell says their weekend was relaxing, listens to River Song, and now I'm craving Bossa Nova. Hey, you actually listened to my recommendation. I feel flattered. I thank you on behalf of Babel, wherever she may be. Where is she? I lost it. Oh, I found it. I need to wait before I can sign my taxes, says Cyber. I'm supposed to be filing up all my tax stuff this week. How exciting. And then Joe Biden can give me all my money. Isn't that right, Joe? Okay, this bow tie that I'm wearing today is actually from Men's Warehouse. Quite a few of the bow ties I probably pick at random for the stream, Dapper Up redeemable or award, is probably going to be from Men's Warehouse because the rack that's closest to me seems to be mostly them. There was a time when I was very into bow ties, but I was still kind of building. I was gradually building my collection. And there was a mall in Arizona called Tempe Marketplace. It's an outdoor walking mall. And they had a Men's Warehouse there. And I would go there like on my breaks from work. I would go there like between classes. And I went there so often that the guy did know me. Like, of course he knew me. I would go in there like several times a week. And sometimes I would just walk in the door and he would like stop me and he was like, we actually don't have any new bow ties in today. Maybe check back on Thursday, Omni. That's when we're going to get the new stuff in. And I would come in. Sometimes he would like ask me specific bow ties that I was like thinking about, like patterns that I really liked. And he did pretty good. I mean, he was looking out for me. I know at the end of the day, it's like he was just milking money out of me. Like, I mean, I was a customer and he was doing his job by selling me stuff. But I did appreciate that he did let me know like when new bow ties were coming in and stuff like that. It was really cool of him. And I remember he was talking to me about this bow tie because at the time they had suspenders that were also the same pattern, and they had socks that were the same pattern. And he was like, if you're getting those socks, I'm going to order the bow tie that matches those socks and the suspenders. And he did, and I wore them. I ended up playing a show also in Tempe at a place called Tempe Beach Park, which is like, there's no actual beach, it's just a lake. But I played at Tempe Beach Park and it was really hot. And I do remember taking off my suspenders at one point. And some random girl put them on and I never saw her again. So I lost the suspenders that way. And the socks, you know socks. You get holes in them, you throw them out. But this is the last remaining piece of that like little set. And that's where the bow tie came from. You're gonna like the way you look. They do guarantee it. Although that guarantee is ridiculous because when I went to my junior prom, I also got a tux from Men's Warehouse, and I don't know how you make a teenage boy look good in a tux because I haven't seen it, but I didn't break the mold at all because I looked horrible. I hated the way I looked that night, and I was uncomfortable. Oh my! Why do we do that? Why do we do prom? It's so stupid. Anyways, I think I've checked in. I think I've checked in with everybody. And I've been checked in with. Thank you, Leanna. Brian says, yeah, and I bought things from there, and I still hate the way I look. Is there a refund attached to that policy, Mr. Men's Warehouse? I think there might be. But I've never taken advantage of it. Never went to a prom growing up. Didn't go to sock hops either. I did go to a sock hop. In fact, the sock hop was the first dance I ever attended. In high school, anyway. And it was horrible. So, maybe I should have skipped it. They can call them dances for children. Were you allowed to do it in your... Ooh. I like her jacket today. Why are people buying new clothes? Am I the only one that's not going clothing shopping? Anyways. Time to do the news. I think it's time to do the news. It's definitely time to do the news. Do the news. I think that most of the news for the next 2 to 3 weeks is probably going to be stream based. But yeah, I'm still working on stuff for the stream, still trying to improve stuff gradually, slowly but surely. I'm working on some new alert sounds. I'm working on some new sounds that are attached to commands and redeemables. I'm working on stuff. Just to let you guys know, I am working on stuff, so you guys need not be worried that this is the final form of the stream. However, you're always free to suggest things. I feel the need to tell you guys I'm working on stuff so that you don't think I'm just neglecting it. I am. But that's first piece of news. I'm working on some sounds, some other transitions. As we established today, I need to have some type of P card or break card or I'm stepping away for 2 seconds card because I don't have one for the piano stream. I do have one for the studio stream, but just not for this one. What else is new things that have gone on? Dance babies. I am halfway through the Surge box. After I finish this Surge, I may purchase another 12-pack. Not soon. But I might have to do one more to hang it up, before I can decide to never drink this stuff again. At least for another 20 or so years or something, right? If it still even exists then. Point is, I'm halfway through it, so we made it. I'll probably do a little bit better this Friday about not drinking as many as I did in the stream. That song doesn't sound good anymore. I think I'm going to scrap the entire bridge of that song. All of the song that I wrote on Surge Rush, it's just... I mean, there's some salvageable stuff there, but in general, it sounded a lot better when I had a belly full of the green stuff. So, I'm trying to be careful about that. Brian says, Gen Z can take the phrase sock hop and turn it into something abhorrent. That's the Men's Warehouse guarantee. Well... I might buy one more case, especially if I end up giving Sky like 3 surges as she has requested. Yeah, I might go through another case. More news. I have finished Community. It is over. It was over a lot sooner for most of you, but I who only started watching it a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. It's over for me. I'm done with it, and I enjoyed it. I don't have like a really cool official review other than that it was a very enjoyable show that I was actually surprised at how much I enjoyed it, and um, it's over for me now, far later than it was over for the rest of the world, and that's okay. I did think it was cool, Brian. I did think it was cool. It was really nice. I also feel like it made me, or it helped me understand Dan Harmon maybe a little bit more. I don't know. When I moved to Los Angeles, I moved with a close friend of mine who is a Dan Harmon like head, and he used to take me to Harmontown, which is a podcast that Dan Harmon had that was recorded in. It was recorded in Hollywood at a comic book store called Meltdown Comics, and I loved comics, so me and my friend would go to the comic book store. I would buy comics, and my friend was like, "Hey, we should hang out in the back and watch this podcast being recorded." So I did that thing, and being around Dan Harmon, I always felt really uncomfortable because when after the show was recorded, he was talking to my friend out behind the comic book store. I was like, this guy, I know this guy's important. This guy's very cool, but I haven't consumed any of his stuff. At the time, I hadn't watched an episode of Community, and I think Rick and Morty was in its first season. That can't be right. Maybe second season. Anyways, point was, I hadn't really consumed any of the guy's work, and I felt uncomfortable around him because I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. And it's funny because a lot of the things that he said and did, and the ways he behaved, and the jokes he made seemed weird at the time. But now, after having seen both Rick and Morty, and especially now Community, I feel like I understand him retroactively on a deeper level than I definitely did at the time. So, yeah, very cool show. And I get it. I get it. Plus, I like meta things, so anything that's meta, usually, I can appreciate. Moving on from that, somewhat review of Community, I suppose. What else is news? I'm still working on videos very slowly. This weekend, I actually didn't get a lot of work done as far as music and... Hold on, cops are here. Never mind, I'm making a U-turn. Okay, so, like, I didn't really do a lot of work on music and videos and stream stuff this weekend. It was a lot of, like, bot stuff, and I'm slowly improving things. Gradually. Slowly, gradually. But that's all that's going on this week. Still going to be working more so on the piano stream. I'm going to get things, like, tied up and neat on this before I really start delving into the production stream, because I would like for the production stream to have segments as well, maybe segments where I allow people to join in on voice chat and things like that. But I am trying to like divide and conquer this stream, and since this stream is unique in that half of it is one thing and the other half is maybe the same for you guys, but for me, the streamer, very different in practice. I am trying to like focus in on one thing. Goodbye, Explosion. Thank you so much for being in this section of the stream. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good day at work. Or a good day working? I don't know what work is for you. I do have to do the recommendation, though, today, which is Love Stained by Hope Tala. I hope I'm saying that right. I've only ever heard one other person say it, and bot seems to be dead, or have a very long cooldown. I think my bot's dead. Hold on. I think it's dead. Oh! The bot never reconnected after we lost the internet. That's what happened. I apologize, Cyber. That's something that we're also going to fix in the future. I'm adding that to my work list. Love Stained by Hope Tala. Hope Tala is very young, and I'm trying not to make that the very primary focus. The very primary? I'm trying not to make that primary focus of this review or this recommendation, because I feel like anything you look up on Hope Tala on the internet right now is going to talk about how young Hope Tala is. This new young rising star. You won't believe how young she is. She sings with the voice of a woman that's lived a full life, yet she's only 21 or however old she is. Point is, she's young. Now with that out of the way, the song, when I heard this song, Love Stained, I expected this person to live in a completely different like musical scene and area. It has like a really cool like indie R&B feel. I'm trying to describe this without naming any other artists because that's a thing I'm trying to do now. When appreciating one artist, I'm trying not to use other artists' names or styles to describe it, but very very cool R&B focused, and I would say rugged, but that can be construed as like maybe negative. I want to say it's a unpolished approach to R&B, which I appreciate. There's a lot of different types of R&B out there, guys. You know, you can listen to, old 90s R&B, you can listen to like the new R&B. You can listen cuz like Drake has songs that are technically classified under R&B, but then there's like R&B that's like SZA or Her, or there's R&B that's like Black, or there's a lot of artists. I'm not going to make this a whole checklist of R&B artists, but this type of R&B that or at least this song, Love Stain, is a really kind of unpolished sound, and I've found that recently in years as I've listened to a lot of music and a lot of like pop music and a lot of electronic music. I developed a much greater appreciation for that like unpolished sound. Getting into electronic music, I really liked Perfume and that super plasticky, like Zed pop focus. Like, how did they get it to sound so crisp and clean? I was like chasing that clarity, if you'll pardon that. That's funny. Anyways, I was chasing that clarity. And then I started hearing songs like this one, Love Stained, and songs, again, I'm not going to name any other artists, but other songs of the same nature. And I think for a really long time, I and a lot of people that are in the music industry will equate like ruggedness, roughness, abrasiveness, unpolished sound with lack of skill. But it is a thing that can be intentionally sought out. And once you realize that, you realize how difficult it is actually to achieve that rugged, unpolished sound and still kind of get your point across and still have like a full idea, because like anybody can hook up a microphone and like squawk into it for a minute and then have some like unmixed scratch vocals and guitars like on top of it. But it's another thing entirely to have a cohesive, unpolished but clear sound, and I think that's what this song is. It's also lyrically very fun. Not too hard to follow. Anyways, go listen to Love Stained by Hope Tala. That's my recommendation for today. Why does that sound familiar to me, Cyber? That you are a piece of meat I wish I didn't eat. I don't know why that sounds familiar to me. Is that from something I've seen or heard? Anyways, that's the song. And it will be added shortly after this stream to the Spotify playlist, which unfortunately, since my bot is down, I can't link to right now. And I apologize for that. But usually, look at me talking super slow to vamp for time. Usually you would be able to type exclamation point Rex, RECS, to get a link to that Spotify playlist. Oh my god, you were tacking onto my Zed Clarity joke. Oh, I appreciate that then. I thought that went right under the radar. But yeah, usually you can type in exclamation point Rex and it'll bring up the playlist for Spotify that I have all of my song recommendations saved to. Can you try that one more time, Cyber? Sorry. Yeah, usually you can do that. And right now, Hope Tala's Love Stained isn't currently on there, but the recommendations from last week, which was the first week of Season 3, are up there. So check that out when you get a chance. Hey, what's up, Word? How you doing? How was news, since that's the only thing I didn't miss? Wow, you really missed everything else. Welcome, Umbe. I hope you've had a good day. But the news was good, and the song recommendation, Umbe, for today was Love Stained by Hope Tala. I'm going to be adding it to the Spotify playlist that Cyber just had linked in the chat soon. and then you'll be able to hear it if you haven't heard it already. Very, very fine artist, very dope song. And I think that's going to do it for the recommendations. Again, still working on improving the stream. If you have any suggestions or a thing that's bothering you currently about Season 3, let me know sometime in these early weeks, so it's something that I can hopefully work on and implement before we hit 400. Word up, word. I hope that you are getting good rest, and not the bad kind. Yes, and the Discord link is bad. The Discord link is broken. Thank you, Cyber. I will be fixing that. I have my checklist. I'll be checking it twice. But thank you for linking to the actual Discord. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and play us out. I'm going to give my babies a break, and then I'm going to go eat leftover Popeye's chicken. Because for the past 4 days, I've been eating my triple-decker peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it is killing me. Slowly but surely. Liana, you did say that, but I bet you meant at one time, not like over the course of a week. I looked out and was able to drive up in and out. Missed the lunch rush. Where? At Popeyes? Wow. 40, 60 minutes here. Jesus Christ. Anyways, thank you everybody for being respectful, being polite to each other. I do hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I certainly will. Or at least that's the plan, right? This weather is amazing. I can tell this week of streams is going to be perfect. Hello, everyone.